At this point in time in creating your $1 million med spa, you should be getting referrals and reviews at a very consistent pace. And you're doing that because you're delivering great results faster than expected, and you're over delivering on your client care and fulfillment. And if you're not to that point yet, then go have a look at this video here, or check out the link to the Med Spa assessment scorecard down below, and that will pinpoint what part of your processes are you missing in order to over deliver and get the results. Now, with a full front end and now keeping people full on the back end, your clinic should be at max capacity. And when you're at max capacity, the things that you can do at this point in time is begin to raise your prices. And this is talking about the profit ascension. So this video is going to talk about what to do now that you're at max capacity and you're over delivering on your results.
Profit ascension. How do you increase the value of your clients to your clinic? As discussed before, there's only two ways to grow a business, and they are to get more clients, which was discussed in the lead generation engine or in an earlier video, or to have them worth more money. And the two ways that you can do that, if you double click on that category, is to increase your prices or ascend them into more expensive treatments or have them buy more often. And as the growth engine number 4, the profit acceleration engine, what I would like you to look at is the two different ways to have somebody buy more often. And that would be a recurring instrument such as a membership or a maintenance plan versus the standard reoccurring, which would be like Botox or skincare, things that run out. And for the person to appreciate the result, they must purchase again. You want to have both of these included in your clinic. And the reason for that is the recurring model gets people to come in and you get the checkup and you get to service them and stay ahead of their needs easier, and it also mitigates risk to your business during downtimes, such as summer months or when people travel often and they're not around to be at your clinic to spend money. Well, if these lulls in your annual revenue with a recurring model, at least you know that that membership payment is still coming in. And if you can get a recurring model to exceed your monthly expenses, then you have little risk inside of your business. And it's a wonderful thing for an owner to know that no matter what, all of my expenses will always be paid. And that is also, if you go to ever exit and leave, the recurring model, things that are on a monthly stipend, increase the profitability of your sale. Probably the easiest way to increase the value of your client is to simply sell them skincare. And I'm going to share with you the techniques that I've used to sell tens of thousands of dollars of skincare. It is super simple and is very, very effective. The close rate was over 90% when I was doing the sales for these, and there's a specific way you're going to do it. So this is the exact outline on what I do, and the reason for it is, and what you have to do is, this is going to be pertaining to that single offer, that defined end program where you're selling people to get the result when they're coming in the door. If you keep the offer the same at all times, then you can associate a specific skincare package that will be accompany that service plan to get the result. And so you're also going to link it to the result, saying if you're not going to use our skincare, we do not know or cannot guarantee what the outcome is going to be. If this was somebody who wanted to lose weight, well, if you're going to do the exercises but not the diet plan, I'm not sure what the outcome is going to be. And this is a good way to sell it. So you have to do it in order to get the result. If you're doing a guarantee, this is another thing. If you're not going to do all of the things that are required to get the result, then I can't guarantee you anything. So now the risk is back on you about the investment they're going to make. And so it's going to be up to them to swallow that. Here is the simple sell sheet that, if you communicate correctly, is going to allow you to sell tens of thousands of dollars in skincare. And there is a way to communicate this step. Now, this is an and or, so it's like it's going to be one or the other. And I'm going to go down the sheet. But the first thing you're going to do is remind them about the bonus that was a part of their defined end program. And because we're using the same offer at all times and that bonus was there, I can now give them. And that bonus, I would communicate with my retailer that I always wanted the same free product every single month if we hit a certain limit in sales. And so for that, it was, in this case, the Daily Power Defense. And the Daily Power Defense is a great product. And in the travel size, it has the most worth value. So when I'm saying, hey, this is for you for free, they are floored that I'm giving them the most expensive product. Now, the reason I want to do this at this point in time is I'm trying to reduce the barriers. This is sometimes a sales talk. They know they're going to get asked about skincare and their guard is up, and I want to remove those barriers. So to push that even farther, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to inform them that I do not want them to buy a moisturizer from us. And they are floored when that happens. I'm going to say, if you are still dry after using the products that we are using, and I do suggest, then just use Vaseline or Cetaphil or CeraVe, which can cost $5 at any convenience store. And they're floored by that. And the reason for that is now in a sales talk, I have not only given them something, I've told them not to buy something from me. And their mind says that I'm on their side. I am here to get you a result. I am not here to push sales. And so everything I say after this is going to be a recommendation. They know that it is actually for them and in their best interest to use. So and that's what I want to do. And I can communicate that transparently and honestly, that a moisturizer, when a great moisturizer is Vaseline, it's hard to beat. So you can spend $200 and make it look the same, but the reality is the result is not going to be that much different. But everything else I suggest, there is no duplication at a lower brand. So you do need to have these things, and it is important towards getting your result in a certain amount of time, which was their goal. So I'm communicating how they get to their goal in the right amount of time. And this becomes now an and/or. So I'm just going to go back and forth. And if they had oily skin, they're going to get the gentle cleanser. Okay. If they have the complexion pads versus the acne, again. And then the exfoliating polish, here's the trick. I didn't even have the Dual Extra Scrub actually in our clinic. We love the other one, so it was just it was an option that wasn't an option. And so I'm doing the suggestion of the exfoliating polish, and they're going to get this. And of course, at the bottom, there's always going to be a sunscreen. So although this might not be the single highest ticket, our close rate was well over 90%, so it was a guarantee. And at the end of this, when they've finished the Defined M program, we're going to go back and we're going to suggest other products such as a vitamin C or something for rosacea or your retinols. And the reality is they're going to buy more things for a longer period of time. And more often than not, they will come back to buy a moisturizer, and they want it to be that brand. Now that they've already gotten a result or seen the result and seen the difference between a higher quality one, they will end up just trusting it and buying it anyways. The goal is, this is not about a single sale increased ticket. This is about creating a lifetime value product, a reoccurring product, and you want that. And this is the greatest way that I know how to do it. It's the simplest way to get a guaranteed amount of sales. And I basically always knew that every Defined M program, I could almost say, I know there's $300 more coming in for it because the close rate was so good. Highly recommend you doing this in your clinic.
All right, so that was the Profit Ascension and skincare sales. If you have any questions with regards to that, drop them in the comments. Myself and my team will answer them back or create a video and send it out to share. Next up is the team building. Probably the biggest accelerant to any med spa is actually the people who run the business on your behalf, but it is not the way that most people do it. So have a look for that information right here.